Today's abridged scripture reading is from the 8th chapter of Deuteronomy. All the commandments that I am commanding you today, you shall be careful to do, so that you may live and increase, and go in and take possession of the land which the Lord swore to give to your forefathers. And you shall remember all the way which the Lord your God has led you in the wilderness these 40 years, in order to humble you, putting you to the test, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or not. And he humbled you, and let you go hungry, and fed you with the manna which you did not know, nor did your fathers know, in order to make you understand that man shall not live on bread alone, but man shall live on everything that comes out of the mouth of the Lord. Your clothing did not wear out on you, nor did your foot swell these 40 years. So you are to know in your heart that the Lord your God was disciplining you, just as a man disciplines his son. Therefore you shall keep the commandments of the Lord your God, to walk in his ways, and to fear him. Be careful that you do not forget the Lord your God by failing to keep his commandments. Otherwise, when you eat and are satisfied, and you build good houses and live in them, and when your herds and your flocks increase, and your silver and gold increase, and everything that you have increases, then your heart will become proud, and you will forget the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. He who led you through the great and terrible wilderness, with its fiery serpents and scorpions, and its thirsty ground where there was no water. He who brought water for you out of the rock of flint. In the wilderness it was he who fed you manna, in order to humble you, and in order to put you to the test, to do good for you in the end. Otherwise you may say in your heart, my power and the strength of my hand made me this wealth. But you are to remember the Lord your God, for it is he who is giving you power to make wealth, in order to confirm his covenant which he swore to your fathers, as it is this day. And it shall come about, if you ever forget the Lord your God, and follow other gods, and serve and worship them, I testify against you today that you will certainly perish. Like the nations that the Lord eliminates from you, so you shall perish, because you would not listen to the voice of the Lord your God.
When you look at your paycheck, do you think of it as your hard-earned money? It's tempting to view money as a result of our own efforts, but this perspective encourages those of us who are believers to act as if all our resources belong to us instead of to God. The truth is that God is the one who enables you to profit from your labors. Thinking we have control over our assets gives the illusion of safety, but our sense of security can quickly evaporate with the loss of a job or a bout with serious illness. True security is found only in the Lord, who owns all things, not in our monetary stockpiles or marketable skills. Knowing that God, our provider and protector, is in charge of our resources should give us peace of mind, whether we have much or little. Recognizing that the Lord is in control of our material wealth helps with two things. It frees us from the discontentment of greed and allows us to be generous because we never have to fear that we won't have enough. He promises to supply enough for our needs, and as we see in 2 Corinthians chapter 9, enough to share with others as well.